I think millennial parents are fucking up.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You know, for all that we rag on Gen Z, it's... Well, wait, are Gen Z getting raised by millennials? I think the new batch the new crop of kids that are as of yet unnamed
are getting raised,
are going to be even worse than Gen Z.
I think millennials.
Gen Z wouldn't Gen Z have,
they have
like
Gen X parents? Yeah, they would.
Well, yeah. There you go.
They were Gen X parents.
They have some horrible Kevin Spacey from American Beauty ass dad.
I think Gen X people are mostly...
And what's her name? Helen Bonham Carter from Fight Club as their mom.
Yeah, I think Gen X people are like some of the most lost right now.
Yeah.
Because they would have grown up in like the 70s through the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably very... Like a lot of stuff has changed in their lifetime.
Well, and they were in the shadow of the boomers who were still around.
Who loved it. Who lived perfect. Everything was amazing.
Everything perfect.
And I think a lot of Gen X people, I'm pretty sure my mom is Gen X. And they kind of don't understand why everything isn't
What's
going.
What's her birth date and postal code?
And can I see a photo of her, please? But it's like they kind of don't understand why nothing is working for them the way it worked for their parents.
Right.
They're kind of like, well, why? I voted and I've been paying my taxes. What the
I feel like the sort of level of like faith in the system is sort of like, you know, boomers, it's all the way up.
Yeah.
And for obvious reasons.
Obviously, yeah, it worked for
they
them.
They had the perfect lives.
There's no reason for them to hate the system.
Huge amounts of money.
By the way, stop trying to explain why you can't afford your groceries to your fucking grandpa. They are not going to get it.
But then, you know, you have Gen X, and they kind of got into all the like having a good life is lame anyway.
Yeah, well
they kind of had that.
They still are of the opinion that like,
well, it should work.
They're of the opinion that like if you like work hard, you will get rewarded.
But then as you get like further and further along, I think Gen Z people probably largely realize.
Oh.
So this is it, hey?
What's
so this is all that there is.
Yeah, they were walking into the disturbing bachelor apartment like, oh,
this is nice. Yeah, only one guy lives here.
Yeah. Yeah, damn real. Only one guy and he's mostly not naked. Perfect. I get my own room.
Whoa, I'm moving in.
Yeah. How much is rent? Under $1,000 for just me? I'll be there.
Man, oh my God. I remember in my life, and I'm young. 35 is young.
Very young. Youthful.
But in my life, I could get an apartment at a reasonable rate.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Mm-hmm. Now everyone with a finished basement thinks it's worth $1,400 a month.
Or more.
The $1,400.
A lot of people think their finished basement is worth $2,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, like I just.
A lot of Indian guys think their bathroom is worth $600 a month.
That pisses. Because I just moved recently, and like looking at places has been pissing me off. Because I'll see a house wild. As a renter. I'll see the first picture is a house, and I go, oh fuck, a house for $2,100. Like,
yeah,
fuck, you know, I get add a roommate in there, and then that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then you swipe to the next picture, and it's the most bleak hell basement you've ever seen.
Yeah.
With like torture lights.
Yeah.
And tiny little windows.
And like horrible gray laminate flooring.
Gray laminate floor. The
gray drywall.
The most shoehorned in kitchenette you've ever seen that fits badly into the space.
I do legit think it's the type of thing that's like tough to quantify.
Yeah.
But the fact that nobody can own a home anymore, and every house, and you're renting it, so you can't do anything to it.
Yeah.
You have horrible gray walls and floors and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is doing, like, mass psychic damage.
Yeah.
The fact that everyone has to live in these, like, awful hellholes that they have no control over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the rental people are like, everybody likes gray.
Well, it's the cheapest.
Yeah.
Like, that gray laminate floor is the cheapest.
Right, yeah.
No, you can get it for, like, cents per foot or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
But so many of the rental places look identical on the inside because it's just all the same cheap shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, oh, you can't even hang shit on the walls.
Yeah,
you can't even put nails in my fucking drywall.
Because you're not because you can, but then you won't get your like $1,000 deposit back.
Yeah.
Base.
So you got like a whole generation of people who are just living in these awful environments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's gonna have an effect on people.
I was looking on Zillow the other night, just at like houses for sale. And like the conditions some people even choose to live in are psychotic. Like even when you own the house and you're going to sell it.
Yeah.
Like the like this temperature, like cold ass light in every room is fucking bad for you.
Yeah, well, that's what they fucking banned. This is a thing that Zoomers might not even remember.
Yeah.
But your average light bulb used to give off beautiful, warm,
wonderful
light.
warmth. Yeah.
Like,
and it would get hot because it was giving off warmth.
Yeah, and the light was warm.
And it was delightful.
It was like your average light bulb gave off beautiful light.
Yeah.
But then they banned beautiful light that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And like whole.
And that's like makes a place nice to spend, like come home
so
at night.
Only get like awful hospital lighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Or like a hospital light that can imitate warmth.
Yeah.
Which is like, or you can get ones that make it all like blue and red, dude. Don't you want to live in?
I mean,
I
think that is a reason why so many Zoomers. I mean, even me, I kind of get by down here.
Yeah.
Using these like colored lamps.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of like this classic like streamer's room has like pink LED lights because at least that's like more warm.
Yeah. 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 Like I whenever I'm like living somewhere, I try to use the installed lighting as little as possible. Like I own like 9 lamps.
Yeah.
Because I like to have them everywhere and have them on because they're warm.
Yeah.
Because the installed lighting of the like recessed can with the hospital surgery light on.
It's terrible.
It's fucking hell.
And I think it's the type of thing where like probably most people aren't going to like consciously clue in on that.
I don't think so.
But subconsciously, I feel like living in an awful gray blank room with cold hospital lighting is going to do psychic damage to you.
And especially if you're renting someone's fucking basement where even the sun doesn't really get in.
Yeah.
Dude, I've lived in a basement suite. It sucks.
Yeah.
You get a little prison square of sun that tracks its way out of your bedroom immediately in the morning.
Right.
It's not pleasant.
No.
And no one checks for radon. You're just sitting in a radioactive swamp in someone's basement.
But the average light bulb used to be
wonderful.
Unfathomably beautiful by today's standards.
You used to drive down the street and just everyone's front window, or you'd walk down the street. God, I have so many nice memories of being a young Canadian boy walking through my neighborhood and everyone's kitchen window emitting this warmth.
This warmth. And now you look in and it's like peeping into a dungeon.
It looks like a fucking Russian mob abuse video.
Yeah.
Where they're beating a guy in
it's like the horrible Russian porn.
Everyone lives in horrific Russian porn world. Where it's just bleak white, there will be blood ass light.
Yeah.
And in your gray ass kitchen with blue, it's torturous.
Yeah, with your horrible gray laminates.
It makes you sick. I literally think I was looking through Zillow at the things people just probably it was there, they don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is sickening to look at.
Yeah.
You have a dark blue painted wall in your kitchen with gray floor and your hell hospital light.
Yeah.
That's a sickening image.
I mean, that's what everyone's living in now.
Yeah.
That's just the average living experience.
Yeah.
Is this horrible gray nightmare world.
Yeah, you want to buy an incandescent bulb. Now they're $18 and they're called rustic. They're those
that's
Edison
one of those
bulbs.
things, kind of like the plastic straws, where it's who voted for this, you know?
Yeah, who thinks this is...
Theoretically, we're a democracy.
Yeah.
But they keep shunting the stuff on us that, nobody can really be in favor of.
No.
You know?
No, because when you see it in practice, it's this fucking sucks.
This sucks. Does anyone like paper straws that fall apart?
No. Well, they want you to buy your own and then figure out how to wash that in the dishwasher.
Yeah, but it's just they keep actively making life worse.
Yeah, in tiny ways that really add up.
Yeah,
that really
the light bulb one is big. It's the type of thing I don't think a lot of people think about.
No,
and for kids coming up, they'll just have never known anything else.
Yeah, they'll never even know the coziness of a small television, because they just don't make. They don't make small TVs the way they used to make small TVs.
Yeah, you could get those 5 inches or whatever.
I think my family's TV as a kid was a foot.
Yeah, it's crazy to think of how many hours I spent as a kid
looking at one by one
TV that's smaller than my like second computer monitor now.
It was one by one.
Yeah,
and even that emitted a beautiful glow.
Yeah,
like when we had the old set, they were like beautiful. I still have those TVs.
We could probably find a spot for them.
Figure it out. Yeah. But would you
like that, you little monkeys?
Would that make you happy? If your little angels did that?
Yeah.
But like plugging in a game like the OG Xbox menu, which also looked beautiful. I saw a tweet the other day. Someone tweeted the original Xbox like menu screen.
Yeah, or like the PS2 or PS1 like boot screens looked great.
A guy tweeted it. A guy tweeted it and he said, "I don't think people even know how to make stuff like this anymore." Because if you look at like I don't have
the new one's gonna look like Steven Universe. It's gonna look like the Cal Art bullshit.
Like I don't have an Xbox like One or whatever the new Xbox is, but I've seen I have friends who have it and the menu is horrific. It's so ugly. It's just boxes and sliding boxes everywhere, and
there's a whole thing. You guys can look this up at home, where like all the like old universities, like Harvard and shit, they've all in recent years have redone their logos, and they used to be like kind of like nice, like very like intricate with like the golden herbs and stuff. And they've all in recent years gotten rid of their like beautiful old intricate logos and replaced them with these like horrid minimalist ones.
Oh boy, yeah.
And I think this is a huge thing rippling through the economy.
Yeah.
That there's like, and I think it kind of showed this, that there's like millions, maybe tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people who have high paying but totally fake jobs.
Oh yeah.
Where I think like here in Canada, this is probably true in other places.
Yeah.
Like our government is largely a welfare program for people with college degrees.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that huge swaths of industry are the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you just have these, like, literally millions of people who have nothing to do.
Yeah.
They earn $90,000 a year. And since they have nothing to do, what do you do if you have nothing to do?
You goon.
You have meetings.
Tons.
You have meeting after meeting after meeting.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with these meetings? Let's do a logo redesign.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a worse light bulb. Yeah. It's like they make up and solve problems that don't exist.
Yeah.
Because they have to justify having all the meetings that they have to do so it looks like they're doing something, because actually their job is totally fake.
A ton of people. Well, did you ever see that survey? Someone like just polled like I forget what country it was in, but someone polled like 100 people on the street. Do you think your job makes any difference or like matters? And someone like 90% of them were like, no. Oh, my job? No, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So
10% of them, which were like doctors and like cops, were like, yeah, of course my job matters.
Yeah.
And the rest of people who, work from, and it's crazy that like your level of like unimpact ranges from like cashier at McDonald's to like HR manager at some startup.
I think the cashier at McDonald's is doing a hell of a lot more work than a lot of these like computer job people.
That's very
who make way more money
than either of us
and do fuck all.
Yeah. I've heard of guys who get like fake email jobs and realize that it's like 2 hours of work a day.
Yeah.
So they get like 4 and make like $400,000 a year.
God, I really wish I had like the hustler gene.
Who thinks of shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got stuck with the gay, stupid artist gene.
The gay, stupid, hilarious genius gene.
Hilarious. Why am I a genius being asked to help with housework?
I wish I had the gene that was like...
But like the money-making gene.
I wish I had the gene that was like fine with doing extremely long periods of shit I fucking hate.
Yeah.